And going through warm-ups, trying to get into a little groove here before it's... NBA basketball on 2K Sports. We're glad you could join us on this exciting Friday night matchup. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, I'm Kevin Harlan. Allie LaForce will be our reporter tonight on the sideline. And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. They've got Gary Trent, Anthony Edwards out there with Dillingham. Then it's Goodrich, and it's Shumshay in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. A shot's good from Claxton. Greg, we've got two teams that boast some serious firepower off the bench.
And that depth makes each team more difficult to defend, more unpredictable. Both sides have a lot of guys who can step up on any given night.
Well, this is why Edwards is a nightmare for defenses. He can drive right through you or pull you apart from range like this.
Barnes can't get it to go. A crossover, and there's Edwards on the assist by Trent. Edwards got 5 points so far.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Basket counts.
And right where he wants to be. It's so dangerous letting Barnes get inside like that.
Trent outside. Dillingham wide open, and he fires. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Flanders. 12 points his last outing. And Dillingham over to help. Claxton the pass to King. Trent outside. Pass to Goodrich. Oh, here's Edwards. Here's Shumshay. Goodrich kicks to Trent. For three, Edwards. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes.
Well, that's what the defense has to do. Make that shot as uncomfortable for him as possible.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Here's Dillingham. Goodrich lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now here's King. Last game we saw him score 32. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
And a big dunk there from a springy Barnes. He gets up fast there for the hammer.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
I briefly spoke with New Orleans head coach. Immediately, Anthony Edwards came up in our conversation, and Coach kind of chuckled and said, well, I don't know if anyone on the planet can slow this kid down. He's on his way to becoming one of the best in the league, if he's not there already. Looks like they're going to roll the dice on one of the league's most talented players. Back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks. That one falls.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
Pelicans trail by 4. And Stan, the head coach, Chris Finch, bringing a culture of accountability to this Timberwolves team.
Yeah, Chris Finch challenges every player, Kevin, top to bottom. No sugarcoating Coach Finch's message, but at the same time, getting that buy-in that a coach has to have.
And the Timberwolves with possession here, following the score by New Orleans. And the rejection by Claxton. Edwards can't hit.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Here's King, kicks it out to Garnett. A miss that time, would have put him up. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Yeah, I think they prepared to face more defensive pressure, and that one didn't happen, and boy, they just rolled.
And you could sense the difference in energy. They were keyed up, jumping on mistakes. They just outworked them.
For New Orleans, they've gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. King, the pass to Claxton. Garnett with it. 9 points last game. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Ellis with the 3-ball. Minnesota with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Trent kicks to Edwards. Pass to Dillingham. Here's Goodrich. Guarded by Garnett. Edwards against King. Edwards can't hit.
Well, he hasn't had a great night shooting the ball, but they're in the lead, and that's the only thing that matters.
And here is King. Still scoreless. Inside. Here's Garnett. And again, New Orleans has no luck. The Timberwolves leading. Pass to Shumshay. Here's Dillingham. Goodrich's screen on Ellis. Dillingham with it. Now Garnett defending. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here to stop the drought. And it's King with the rebound. New Orleans has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And it's Goodrich missing. Now here's King. Pass to Garnett. On the wing, Ellis. He's covered by Goodrich. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And Claxton throws it down.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. Dillingham with it. He's guarded by Ellis. And timeout called by Chris Finch. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. The Timberwolves making a change here. Diabate's checked in. Let's pause to take a look at the teams that really made their opposing teams earn their points a season ago. In third, the Pelicans. Fifth, the Timberwolves.
Yeah, if you want to see how hard these two teams play, just take a look at the points allowed a year ago. I mean, that is impressive.
Now, here's Trent. Boy, he was something else against San Antonio. Now Edwards fires it up. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
It's Ellis on the wing. Garnett with the screen for Ellis. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
They need this one. Dillingham, no good. The Pelicans leading. King outside. Pass to Claxton. Latrey. Dillingham with the rebound. Minnesota's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. From deep, Trent score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And not the tightest D right there. And he's going to punish you if you give him that much space. That three-point shot is his bread and butter.
Now here's King. He has yet to score.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he lifts on it.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Minnesota.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes.
Timberwolves leading by 4. So on the floor for Minnesota. They've got Dillingham, and it's Prosper in at the 4. Here's Shed. Morris outside to the left side wing. Second shot opportunity. King with the block. The 3. Down the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Well, the defense was a little soft. He felt free to take that shot.
They get a hand on it. And pushing it up. Here's New Orleans. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Pass to Cartwright. Back to King. Here's Kamara. Now Ellis. Morris with the ball. Picked up by Ellis. And Slim picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Morris, left side. Shoots over Kamara. Morris with the bucket. Morris has got 6.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Here's Ellis. Back to Kamara. Pass to King. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rebound, Minnesota.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up. Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And Greg, you were a point guard. How has that position evolved over the years?
Well, if you think of how much more of the court that has to be covered and the style, you have to score more now to play the position. I think shooting becomes incredibly important. And then defensively, with all the switching, you got to be able to hold up against size and play all over the floor.
Minnesota making a switch. Tucker's checked in. Pelicans trail by 4. Pass to Ellis. New Orleans moving the ball around. King outside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. King's got his second basket.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range. Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Sinks the triple. Dillingham's got his second basket of the night.
Well, that's a breakdown defensively. Can't afford to give him those kind of looks.
Always going up for the alley-oop here. Stolen by Tucker. Pass to Diabate. Here's Dillingham. They retain possession. Tucker can't get it to go. Pelicans trail by 5. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, Chris Finch getting buy-in from his players top to bottom. Anthony Edwards said he's such a great coach and just a likable person.
Minnesota.
He will coach you hard, and he comes in ready to work every day. You look forward to working with someone like that. Back to you.
Hasn't bought in. Thanks so much for the report, Allie. And he sinks the second.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
That's to Dunleavy. Here's Shed. He's guarded by Ellis. Here's Shed. His last outing with 20 points. For 3, Dillingham, no good.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
King with it. He's got 5. Ellis down low. Back to King. Here's Kamara. And the 3 ball is good. Kamara, he's got himself on the board with 3 there.
That's a layup for him. He's just too open.
Pass to Edwards. Shades over King, and the basket by Edwards. Edwards got 9.
Effective use of the mid-range there by Edwards. He's a true 3-level scorer.
Back to Ellis. Out to the right wing. In the corner, Kamara with it. And another 3 for New Orleans.
Well, you love assisted hoops. That's good offense.
Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Man, Edwards gets great lift off the floor with shooting that jumper.
Ellis outside. That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
It's Edwards on the wing. And it's King with the rebound. King's got 6 rebounds in the game. Ellis outside. To the wing right side. Blackman. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Over in the corner, Edwards. To the paint. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Well, you can see that Edwards isn't trying to do it all on his own. He's also looking for shots for others.
Well, let's take a look at last year's top scorers. Anthony Edwards on top.
And he's not going to forget that season anytime soon. And it's safe to say neither will anyone who watched him.
Back to Ellis. And here is King. He has 5. It's good from long range. And it's 8 points for Ellis.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Trent outside. For 3, Edwards. And Blackman pulls it down.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Well, after a bad start, he looks like a different player right now.
Pass to Goodrich. Outside, Edwards. And the 3 off target. Pelicans leading by 3. Well, Coach, we know there's a lot of expectations tied to a #1 pick. Sometimes they fall flat, but that has not been the case so far with Anthony Edwards.
Oh, it sure as heck hasn't, Kevin. But I think it starts with Anthony Edwards welcomed the expectations. He wanted the expectations, and he has pushed himself to play to that level on a nightly basis, and he's done it. Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
Ellis outside. Pass to Kamara. King left side. And here is Cartwright. And it's blocked. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
A moment here now to see the numbers for Anthony Edwards.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Pelicans on top, up by 5. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from New Orleans.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us? Before we discuss the game at hand, let's first check out the upcoming schedule.
I look here at New Orleans. They're facing a team with similar aspirations. Good measuring stick game for them.
Yeah, like 2 dogs. They both want that bone. Who's going to get it?
All right, looking back now at that first half, we just saw some obstacles to overcome for the Timberwolves.
At the defensive end, I'm not seeing disruption. I don't mean just force the turnovers. I mean taking the offense out of the rhythm.
Yeah, I mean, when your opponent is shooting over 50%, a lot else has to go right. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Timberwolves trail by 5. Nicholas Claxton out there with Barnes. Then it's King, and it's Marks in at the 3, the small forward. That's the Pelicans 5. At this break, we have a chance to break down where the assist has been coming from tonight between the front and backcourt for the Pelicans.
And their guards have been the ones to really set the tone here tonight with their ability to create shots. You talk about the big fellas. They love to play with guards who try to keep them involved.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Trent. Trent hits them both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
King, the pass to Flanders. Here's the floater. Excellent D there from Goodrich. Timberwolves trail by 3. To the inside. Good, and the assist goes to Edwards. Goodrich has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
The Timberwolves working the ball around now. That puts them in the lead. Trent's got 12. 3rd quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Here's Marks. No good, unable to end this run. Minnesota shooting 47%, pretty solid. Here's Dillingham. And it's King with the rebound. King's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And that one's good, Barnes.
And that's what we're used to him doing, but he really just hasn't had that typical impact offensively. If they keep getting him touches, this game won't be tied for long.
Edwards kicks to Trent. Beyond the arc. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. King's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Pass to Flanders. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. King outside. Oh, Claxton in position. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Timberwolves trail. Outside Edwards. Trent kicks to Goodrich. Trent outside. 4 on the clock. And the rejection by Claxton. King outside. Pass to Marks. Barnes outside. Here's Flanders. Minnesota with the rebound. Shumshe's got his 5th rebound in this one. Shoots from the baseline. King with the block. Here's Flanders. He has 5. Dillingham with the rebound. Dillingham's got 4 rebounds in this game. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Trent against King. Here's Dillingham. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. King, the pass to Marks. Back to King. And Dillingham over to help. Pass to King. The kick out to Barnes. And here's the pass to King. And he gets the bucket. King's got 9.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart. With their passing.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. Coach needs a moment to talk things over.
Get up and start moving with your mascot. Let's dance. Get out here and dance in the scene. That's right, Pierre the Pelican.
Garnett against Goodrich. Goodrich's screen on Ellis. Here's Dillingham. Takes it off the glass. 8 points for him.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Ellis outside. Pass to Claxton. King right side. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Dillingham, no good.
Just enough coverage to bother that 3-point attempt.
Screen by Claxton. King, the pass to Claxton. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Well, they're shot blocking. The defensive effort level has been great. You got to love that intensity.
Another place they've had the upper hand tonight is in transition. They've gotten a bunch of their points off the fast break.
And he's good on the second.
Even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
New Orleans leading by 3. Garnett outside. Pass to Ellis. Now King. Shot clock at 6. Barnes can't get it to go. For Minnesota, they've gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. And here's Trent. Now Dillingham, 11 points in the game. Puts up a deep 3. It's hauled in by Claxton.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking them up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
Barnes really just forcing the D to commit. They chose him, and boy, did he make them pay.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Diabate's checked in. I would like to take this moment to show you the teams that a year ago made a trademark of scoring points off turnovers. Pelicans, number 1.
Yeah, I mean, the best in the league at forcing those miscues and then capitalizing at the other end. Their defense led to their offense.
Here's Dillingham. Another miss by Minnesota.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
Pass to Ellis. Bobbed up there for Barnes. Diabate grabs the board.
Oh, and that would have been a spectacular alley-oop. Really difficult to get the timing right on those longs.
Up again. It's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
King, the pass to Garnett. It's blocked. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here.
Timberwolves substitution. Prosper. Shit.
King outside. To the wing on the left. 5 to shoot. That one goes. Count it. Claxton's got 6 here in this quarter.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Here's Shed. He's guarded by Ellis. Driving inside. And it's Ellis finishing it off.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Nice pass. Right under the rack perfectly for the layup.
Assist goes to
Diabate's got 6.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Back to Barnes. Claxton with it. 10 points for him. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Anthony.
Look how ready Barnes is to play physically. He insists on finishing his motion.
Pelicans shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. So for the Pelicans, Peters checks in for Nicholas Claxton. Toumani Camara comes in for Garnett. And it's Dort in for Keon Ellis. And ladies check in for Minnesota. Here's Shed. Edwards against King. With the fadeaway. It's rebounded by New Orleans. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. So both teams making some changes here. Greg, Anthony Edwards is full of confidence, and it's beautiful to watch. And when you watch Camara, coach, what stands out to you? Timberwolves trail by 11. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, we've got Dunleavy. And it's Prosper in at the 4 spot. Here's Shed in the corner. Dillingham with it. Off target from 3-point range.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Pass to Shed. King with the steal. There's the killer two-handed slam.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
In that jersey, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard.
It shows you're able to attack the rim from any position.
Here's Dillingham.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
No good on the free throw.
Well, we're seeing a different version of him in this half, taking a more direct approach. He didn't have a single free throw in the first half.
Pelicans leading by 12. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. King, shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
There's the pick. Here's Shed. From outside, off the mark. For New Orleans, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And the shot is good. And the Pelicans lead by 16.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
Yeah, that's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff.
Pass to Marks. Garnett kicks it over to Marks. New Orleans moving it around. King, the pass to Peters. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Peters has got 4 points this quarter. Here's Dillingham. Drills the three-pointer.
Well, that's now his third triple of the game. First here in this second half.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Marks passes to Peters, and the layup's good off the glass.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Timberwolves trail by 17. Now Dillingham. Pass to Diabate. King with the steal. Picked off in midair. Here's Shed with the floater. Good.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Pelicans leading by 15. King outside. Here's Kamara. Arnett surveying the defense. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Kamara. His three-pointers off the mark. Timberwolves trail by 15. The open shot by Dillingham. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Marks has got 6 rebounds in the game. King outside. Here's Marks. And stolen by Dillingham. Pass to Prosper. Here's Shed. Gets a very good look and converts.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
King, the pass to Peters. Another possession, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Dillingham with it. Pass to Shed. 6 to shoot. Over Marks. Pelicans with the rebound. King's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass.
Well, you win and lose as a team, so the fact that they're trailing isn't all on him. But with that said, he's had a rough shooting.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
So for the Pelicans, Barnes comes in for Garnett. And it's Dort in for Toumani Camara. Trent outside. Pass to Dillingham. Here's Prosper. Trent outside over Marks. Trent can't hit. Pelicans leading by 17. Now here's Dort. Barnes outside. King outside. And again, no good by New Orleans.
Well, so far in the second half, he hasn't been able to get another 3 to fall.
And I don't care what his size is, you cannot forget to box him out. He's just got a nose for the ball, and he is fearless in attacking the glass.
Barnes outside. Back to King. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes. 17 points for Slim.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Pass to Dillingham. Trent outside. Lets it go from deep. Buries the long-range jumper.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Here's Marks. Barnes looking around. To the middle, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
Timberwolves trail by 16. Now Dillingham. Pass to Prosper. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. King outside. Here's Marks from outside the arc. King. Nice persistence to tip it back up and in. King's got 12 points here in the second half.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
Outside Edwards. Pass to Trent. In the corner, it's Dunleavy. Timberwolves passing it around. Here's Trent. It's rebounded by New Orleans. King's got 14. Yep, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. Now George. Edwards defending. Count that one for George. And the Pelicans lead by 21.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Pass to Prosper. Trent, right side. They need this, and he sinks the layup. Trent's got 5 points in the quarter.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
King, the pass to Barnes. Fires from the wing. Another one falls for New Orleans.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
Bounce pass from Trent. No one near Edwards as he lets it fall. Drills it from outside.
For three.
Edwards got 20 points.
Well, that's his first three here in the second half. Gotta think he'd like a few more of those.
Here's Barnes. Toward outside. Barnes outside. No good from three.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Gary Trent from 13 feet. It's in.
Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Well, this is what you're trying to do to put the game away.
Yeah, but you can't let up now. We've seen too many wild comebacks in this league.
Timberwolves trail by 19. Here's Dillingham. Off target with his three.
Well, he's trying to shoot his way out of it from distance, but look, he's got to find something easier.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Here's Flanders, defended by Trent. King, the pass to Peters, and he dunks it down.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
Two very easy points right here. Timberwolves have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. Pass to Goodrich. And it's Trent in the corner. Outside Edwards. Off target from outside. Pelicans leading by 21.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for New Orleans.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, but an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Slim.
there isn't much else you want from someone. He gave it his all and was rewarded with a triple-double.
Here's Edwards. Fires the three. Another chance.
Pelicans foul. First personal foul. Second team foul.
That free throw, no good.
At the line for the Timberwolves, Shellshay. Two shots.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. King outside. So we see the Pelicans taking the W here. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
See you again.
For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. And now, our player of the game, Slim.